Yes, so good evening. My name is Priyanka and I work as a UK Island Counselor in Advice from past 2 years in Advice Thane branch. So we are here to attend a live session which is into journalism and which will be subject specific into journalism and law. Let's start the discussion with it. Before that, I would like to give you a brief idea about Advice Company. So we are into education, we are into abroad education from past 30 years and we have more than 24 branches all over in India. We help students for abroad education needs in different countries like UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, US, Canada, Singapore, Dubai and many more. For more information about it, you can always refer to any of our websites and any of our social media pages. Also, you can reach out to nearest branches for any more information about your undergraduate and postgraduate studies for full-time courses. Yes, for few countries, we do help out for PhD courses as well. Alright, so talking about UK as a country, so UK's best part is it has only 1 year of masters. So of course, if most of the countries are having 2 years of masters, so of course if you go for any country which is having 1 year of masters, you save upon a lot of cost and time. After that, also from last year onwards, that is September 2019 onwards, you are eligible to enjoy a stay back duration of around 2 years, which is something very beneficial for the students who will be going from September 2019 onwards. Before this, it was only 6 months extra, which the students were getting. Of course, in that 6 months duration, the students were finding it difficult to find job, but due to 2 years stay back duration, your chances of getting job opportunities will be surely very high. Next important advantage of being in UK is staying nearby or might be in London. London is an important destination when it comes to job opportunities, and that's the reason London universities or the living expenses in London will be little expensive compared to other parts of UK. But also lot of European headquarters of the companies is based out in London, so which not only gives you ample job opportunities within UK, but it also opens the whole Europe door for you. Next important advantage is quality of education. Of course, quality of education is really great in UK, and that's the reason. Let it be Oxford University, let it be Cambridge University, let it be University College London, let it be Manchester, all are based out in UK. Recognition of degrees is always there. It is very important that once you complete, it is not just completing your degree, but it is also what the value of that degree you might be the value of degree you get in, even if you might be returned back to India, or even if you're planning to go for job in different countries. So recognition of degrees is always there because most of the programs are created by the particular societies and councils. So even if you come back to India, or even if you travel to some other countries for job, you won't be having any problem finding out for job. Okay, so that was about few reasons of going to UK. And also I would not like to miss a point that there are not too many entrance exams which you have to give if at all you are in UK, but it is only IELTS which you need to take specifically, which is a language proficiency test in order to be qualified for going a master's or a postgraduate studies. Alright, so let's talk about now subject specific. Let's talk about law first and followed by journalism. Then we will talk in general about the entry requirements, their cost and advice sources. Alright, so let's start on law first. UK legal education is one of the most developed legal education systems in the contemporary world. UK undergraduate degrees are generally of 3 or 4 years depending upon UK university to university. It is the most common form of entry getting into the legal profession. It gives you the general idea about laws, legal systems, and it consists of subjects like property law, corporate law, business law, equity and trust, consumer law, company law, etc. Talking about the education after graduation, you can go for an LLM course which will be generally of 1 or 2 years depending upon university to university. If you go for any degree which is in Scotland, it will be mostly of 2 years of LLM, which will consist of 1 year of your education followed by another year of placement itself. Where in other parts of UK generally have 1 year of masters itself, which is into LLM. And also we have conversion courses available. So conversion courses are the courses for which you do not require any particular background related to law. So that's the best thing about UK again, that you are even if you are going from some other background, you can go for a conversion course and then you can go ahead with it. Alright, to give you an overview, for being a solicitor, you need minimum 6 years. So out of which 3 years will be for your undergraduate courses, 3 or 4 years. Apart from that, 1 year for your masters and 2 years of work experience. That is 2 years of training contract with any legal firm will allow you to be a solicitor in that particular country. Okay, now in law, again in masters we have lot many specializations available to you, which I've already spoken about. So it'll be like corporate law, business law, you can say might be property and disputes law, criminal justice. Criminal justice is very booming in the UK, and again most of the universities will be asking for LNAT, like the top universities. It is generally the law aptitude test which is required by the universities to understand that how much a student understands about law. Let it be about India or let it be about their particular law. So they just need to have a basic idea about how students think about and how is the students' knowledge about it. For law, the few of the best UK universities are of course Oxford, Glasgow University is one of the top ranked university, York is there, Strathclyde is there, Birmingham is there. These are the few law universities which can look ahead for undergraduate and postgraduate courses. And talking about the average salaries, once you complete your law degrees, will be around £27,000 to £60,000 depending upon from which universities you're getting into, and of course like what degrees you're going ahead with. That was a brief introduction about law. Now let's come to journalism courses. So UK journalism courses focuses on core skills needed to prepare you for a career into print and online. So you will focus on practice of investigation of reportings and events, issues and trends of a broad audience, with modules taking place on digital journalism, journalism in global context, magazine journalism, etc. 1 year journalism degrees. So 1 year journalism degrees are over. 1 year journalism. Once journalism degrees are over, you can work into roles into private, public, and corporate and voluntary sectors in sub-editing, page design, reporting, magazine journalism, proofreading, copywriting, web editing, PR, media, and marketing. So these are the few ones you can look ahead for completing your journalism. Again, journalism courses duration is very similar to what law is, that is 3 to 4 years of undergraduate degrees, and remaining will be 1 to 2 years of postgraduate degrees. Now talking about your undergraduate degrees, some universities will offer you a degree which is of 4 years, which are called as sandwich courses. In that you'll be studying for first 2 years. The third year you will be working and taking the work experience, of course, and fourth year again you'll be back to studies. So this courses give you the opportunity of working while you study, and then getting back to studies again, which give you a brief information about and practical knowledge of that particular firm. So that of course is lacking in our Indian education system. So that are called as sandwich or placement courses. Same for masters. Your normal masters will be of 1 year, which will be divided into first 9 months of studies, and remaining 3 months will be a dissertation program. You might have a masters of 12, 15, 16, 18 and 24 months as well. Again, the remaining duration will be an internship duration or a placement duration respectively. That was about to give you a brief idea about law and journalism. Let's talk about the common components in between them. So first is like the intro requirements. So basic intro requirements, as I told you earlier, that you need to take an IELTS language proficiency test in order to enter in any particular university. So it is required because English is not our first language in this country. So for being qualified for undergraduate course, you need to have a score of around 6 with no band less than 5.5. Now IELTS is divided into 4 parts, that is reading, writing, speaking and listening. The average of this 4 should be nothing less than 6 with no band less than 5.5 for undergraduate degrees, wherein for postgraduate degrees it is 6.5 overall with no band less than 6. So that's about the entry requirement. Now talking about the total cost, your total cost will be divided into 2 parts, which is tuition fees and another part is living cost. So tuition fees ranges in between around 12 to 20 lakhs you can consider. So 12 to 15 for any medium range university and 15 to 20 for around top ranked universities. And living cost will be around 9 lakhs or 12 lakhs respectively, which is outside London and inside London accordingly. So your total cost comes to around 25 to 30 lakhs on an average basis for completing your whole masters of 1 year. And for undergraduate degrees, again you can multiply by 3 or multiply by 4 according to your course durations. So that was about your total cost. Now talking about what advice as a company, what we offer specifically for UK. First, let me tell you, we do not charge any fees. We do not charge any fees because we have direct tie with the universities. So of course, for let it be, so what exactly services are included in this free of cost thing. So first thing is of course your applications. For starting with your applications, we'll be needing few set of documents from your end, which will consist of your resume, which will consist of your LOR, which will consist of your SOPs, which will consist of your passport, academics, mark sheet, transcript, etc. So of course for this particularly, I'll be setting a few set of documents from my end, and like the sample ones, and you can make it according to that. If you need any help, of course you can get back to us. That was about your first step in application. So once your application is done, second step is waiting for the offer letters. So this stage will take approximately 1.5 months to receive offer letters from almost all the universities you've applied to. And third step is figuring out which university out of the offer letters you've received, which is the final one you want to go ahead with. To that university, you need to pick a deposit payment. So again, deposit payment, we surely help the students out with the bank transfer details. And also we have forex tie-ups with a lot of universities over there. Forex tie-ups with a lot of agencies in India also. So you can directly pay through them, so you can get a benefit and get cheaper rates compared to the universities and bank charges, etc. We also help our students for off-campus accommodations. We have direct help with mansion and university accommodations as well. So again, you can get cheap particular rates over there. Once deposit done, then we have a team of visa counselors who have experience of more than 30 years into this industry, and they help the students out to work on their financial documents, like preparing the visa SOPs if required, preparing the particular sanction letters and the formats, and showing the bank accounts particularly. So these things are taken care, and of course we counselors are there to fill out the visa forms, to do the required thing and book an appointment for them. UK visas are the most easiest thing to do because there is not even a single rejection I have seen till now. So it is like 99.9% acceptance chances because we do not have visa interviews as such. So again, not having a visa interview is like a very big relief to the students. So again, acceptance chances are very high, and again you don't have to like, even if there is a September intake, that is September admission, you can file your visas August as well. So within 15 working days, again you can get your visas. You can get your visas within 15 working days once from the appointment is done. So this whole services is done for free of cost from your nearest branches. I am based out in Advanced Thane branch, and so you can get back to us if you have any more queries about it. I guess that's all from my side. So we can wait for 5 minutes, and you can drop down your questions in the chat. I can answer them one by one. I don't think so. We have not even a single question. So I am assuming that I have already solved all your queries. And of course, again, you can come down, you can meet us, you can book an online counseling if you want. Due to pandemic, we have started that as well. We are having lot many fairs which are going virtually, so you can just sit at home, log into your Zoom and get information about your degrees. Students, I would request you to go for your abroad education this year, because anyways pandemic has affected lots of job last year, so there are a lot of ample booming job opportunities in abroad. So take the advantage and do not miss out on any particular intakes. In UK we have 2 intakes, that is January and September. For September, admissions are going on, you are not late for it, and it will be still going on till might be May or June, so you still have ample of time. I guess we have one question, that is, do you help for Germany as well? Yes, of course we do help out. Again, you might be if at all you're based out in Mumbai, we have more than 7 branches, so you can reach out to our nearest branch, Sanketh. for getting more information about it. Yeah, I guess that's all we have in this today's session. Happy Women's Day to all the beautiful women out there. May you shine and prosper. With this, I would like to end today's session. So thank you so much for being so patient and attending this webinar. I hope it was helpful, and all the very best for your career. Thank you so much.